Big Family Big City, TLC has found a replacement for Duggar family. It's been endearing to watch different families on They have never let the audience down when it comes to insightful viewpoints about people from various walks of life. Well, they decided to do something similar yet again. So viewers got to see Big Family Big City. The De La Motte family became part of the show through it. The family of 13 is the newest addition to the network. Everyone already seems impressed by them. It's not new for the audience to see supersized families on this platform. One of the biggest examples of the same has been the Duggars. Well, it looks like has finally decided to look for a substitute for the infamous family, and they have found De La Mottes for it. Has ensured that the people they introduce to the audience leave an impact. So they brought forward the De La Motte family through Big Family Big City. It consists of Mark and Amber De La Motte. Together, they are parenting 11 kids in total. They range from being of 6 months to 22 years old. While this is a concept many viewers are used to, something sets them apart. Amber said that music is the heartbeat of their home. Well, the Big Family Big City star said that she would want to add one more kid to their clan, but she was happy for now. Music was a huge part of their family as it gave the little ones purpose, drive, structure. In fact, it also keeps the kids from getting into trouble. Every longtime viewer is familiar with the Duggar family. They became part of the network by starring in a documentary once. It was by the name of 14 Children and Pregnant Again. Well, it became such a success that the channel had to rope the family again too. Well, it turns out when viewers met the De La Mottes, they followed a similar format. When Amber was sharing snippets from their time filming, viewers wanted to know if they were going to star regularly. That's when the matriarch opened up that it was just a 1-hour special documentary. Well, because of this, fans are sure they might just be the replacement for Duggars. So far, there has been no announcement for Big Family Big City joining the network for the long run. But if it does happen, it will do wonders for the family as they would have a main source of income to sustain them. However, it is too soon to tell and predict decision. In fact, the De La Mottes have not hinted anything about a possible show coming their way. Would you want to see more of De La Motte family in a show of their own? Do you think they would replace the Duggars in a better manner? Tell us in the comments. Keep an eye on. And Emma Kate. The couple announced in a joint on Thursday, January 9. Elsie was born on January 8, 2025 at 2:06 p.m., weighing 6 pounds, 14 ounces, and Emma followed at 2:13 p.m., weighing 7 pounds, 2 ounces. Both girls are healthy and beautiful. In a Thursday statement too, Katie and Jed, 26, shared that both girls are healthy and beautiful and have completely captured our hearts. They added, "We are so grateful to God for entrusting us with these precious girls. Our hearts are full, and we're thankful for the love and support we've received during this joyful time." Rumors of a reconciliation swirled after Jill Duggar and her husband, Derek Dillard, were spotted spending time with Jill's estranged father, Jim Bob Duggar, over the holidays. But now, Derek is responding to the speculation, and it seems the family hasn't patched things up after all. In an Instagram photo posted on Christmas Day by Jill's brother James Duggar, Jill and Derek sat on a couch, seemingly engaged in conversation with Jim Bob. The couple's 3 sons, Israel, 9, Samuel, 7, and Freddie, 2, also appeared in the snap. Counting on fans were surprised when photos emerged online on Christmas showing Jill and Derek Dillard seemingly chatting with Jill's estranged father, Jim Bob Duggar, during a family holiday gathering. However, Derek recently aimed to set the record straight about the encounter, taking to Instagram to inform people about what was really going on when those photos were taken. As the Ashley has previously reported, Jill and Derek have been estranged from Jim Bob for years, with the tension presumably increasing after the 2023 release of Jill and Derek's tell-all book about the Duggar family. The couple's book, Counting the Cost, recounts what the Dillards claim is the real story behind Jill's family and their TLC shows, with many of the stories painting Jim Bob in a negative light. While many fans thought the Christmas photos meant Jill and Derek had called a truce with Jim Bob, Derek made it clear that this is not the case. Instead, he claimed that a Duggar family member purposely snapped the pics, unbeknownst to Derek and Jill, to make it appear that things in the family were all good. Derek surfaced in the comment section of People magazine's Instagram post about the photos, which contained a headline about the Dillards mingling with Jimmy B. "I don't think being ambushed by being unknowingly photographed with someone you're at odds with and do not respect is considered mingling," Derek wrote, before going on to suggest that Jim Bob purposely set up the situation so that the pictures could be snapped. The photos were posted by Jill's brother James, who, coincidentally, also posted photos last Christmas to show that Derek and Jill were at the Duggar house on Christmas. Those photos did not include Jim Bob and were seemingly taken without Jill and Derek's knowledge. "The truth is that Jim Bob approached me while we were there on Christmas Day, and that is when the photo was taken," Derek wrote. "I have spoken to Jim Bob less than 10 minutes since the last time I was at that house over a year ago, and I happened to be photographed, unbeknownst to me, by..." There were over 100 people. The house is 8,000 square feet, and Santa Claus was there, so this isn't your typical intimate family gathering, Derek wrote, before adding that he isn't going to let people cough Jim Bob manipulate the situation to look us. "Trying to be civil for the sake of our family, but that doesn't mean everything is all hunky-dory, and it sure doesn't mean that I'm not going to comment when people try to warp reality for their own purposes," Derek said. Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar's family originally shot to stardom with their very first TV special, 14 Children and Expecting Again, sharing their oversized family with the world, but it's gotten much bigger since then. The couple would go on to have 19 children, and now many of those children have had children, leaving the Duggars with so many grandchildren that it can all get pretty confusing. But thanks to a fan on Reddit, there's an infographic that clears it all up for us. This chart is fascinating. As one person pointed out in a comment, if you discount the years that oldest son Josh was the only member of the family who was married and having children with wife Anna, since 2015, the family has welcomed a whopping 30 grandchildren. On average, that's 3 new grandchildren a year every year for nearly a decade. How does anyone in the family possibly keep up? Currently, Josh and Anna have the biggest brood with 7 children, but it's likely that their family is complete, given that years, who might surpass them and end up with the largest family of all of the Duggar kids. One commenter believes that it's between 2 of the couples in particular, Joseph and Kendra, who have 4 children, and Katie and Jedediah, who have 2 children with twins on the way. Kendra and Katie are in a race to see who can catch up to Jessa and Anna. I will be surprised if any of these couples surpass 10 kids total though, the commenter wrote. All the kids seem more modernized and have slightly more common sense. So far, only 3 of the married Duggar couples don't have children: Jana and Stephen, Justin and Claire, and Jason and Maddie. I'm thinking an announcement from Jana is coming soon for a new edition, one person wrote. Others are hoping that's not the case, though, judging by this reply, she has raised so many babies, she needs a break for a while. Enjoy married life as a couple for a few years without pregnancy messing all that up. Sisters that her kids have trouble remembering their family members' names. On the Wednesday, January 1, episode of the Jinger and Jeremy podcast, the former 19 Kids and Counting star, and recapped a recent trip to her home state of Arkansas, where almost all 19 members of the Duggar family reunited. The husband and wife duo explained that their two daughters, Felicity, 6, and Evangeline, 4, couldn't keep up with everyone's names. They forget half of the names, and half the cousins forget each other's names too. Jinger, 30, revealed before clarifying they mainly forget the older family members' names. Not each other's names, the older, like the aunts and uncles. There's just so many to remember. The former TLC star also recounted when her eldest daughter thought a family friend was her uncle. Jinger admitted it's difficult to understand the relationship between everyone when you are a kid growing up in a large family. And I just thought it was funny because growing up, you have so many people around, and it's just so confusing. It's hard to know who your aunts and uncles are when your mom's a part of a large family, the former reality TV personality stated. And then, with the 19 siblings, then you have the in-laws as well and all the nieces and nephews, you don't know. It's hard to tell who's related. And then we have friends who feel like family, but they aren't technically. She said the 19 Kids and Counting alum captioned his post at time. Hannah, getting to know you for the past year has been so incredible. I can't even find the words to describe it. You are the best thing that has ever happened to me, and I cannot wait to marry you. I love you.